As reported by the press today, I don't care about anything else but Durk right now. Lil Baby tweeted after Chicago rapper Lil Durk got into a brawl inside a jail this morning. The man should be released. Starting with a tweet about Lil Durk's day, the streets connected what really happened. One homie, a number of F members are now being targeted after Glee passed away in Chicago last night. Thus, the question of whom one would wish retaliation against is raised. Fans then saw that members were being handled on the same day. John Doe Rondo and Little Tim parted ways. Interviews, but both conveyed the same message, most like an alibiant, were released on the same day. Many people think it's an odd coincidence. Some, however, believe it was a way for the feds to avoid investigating them for pursuing Durk and F members in reprisal for Lil Pap.
Like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
The same opinion was even voiced by Quando Rondo, who said he wished things had been handled differently.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
During 2 interviews that day, Durk commended Lil Durk and said he wished that things had gone very differently. Despite the fact that this doesn't appear suspicious or like a fabricated alibi. Many people believe that they acted rapidly on Lil Durk because he will soon be released from prison. It is important to comprehend Durk's father's announcement that Durk will be released on bond. His lawyers presented an offer that was too generous.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the 3rd time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Like when the prosecutor dismissed evidence against Lil Durk, it gave him a date of release, according to the press. The prosecution recited the evidence against Durk out loud in front of the entire audience during Lil Durk's court appearance today, even though they told the judge that they were willingly throwing it out. I wonder what this will mean for the rest of his bond hearing. Based on their lyrics, they were attacked by the local news.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
No! This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
This is a very dishonest and inappropriate way to deliver the information, since the court will be deterred from awarding Lil Durk a bond if the facts are read out loud in front of everyone. Charleston White would react to the situation.
It's a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
Since Lil Durk's release is blocked by Charleston. However, the judge would have 3 days to determine whether to release Durk on bond. According to Durk's lawyer,
allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
He stated that the prosecution's case is getting weaker. Lil Durk's lawyer has described the accusations as ridiculous, as they are no longer permitted to utilize his songs. They are no longer even using the lyrical-based evidence that the feds had.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
A few days later, the judge did render his judgment. As Lil Durk walked into the courts, the media reported. The feds say Lil Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted a bond. They fear that he will bribe witnesses with his wealth.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
One frequently shared remark said, "If you believe Durk was denied bond because he's wealthy, you have no knowledge of the case," referring to the one person they think Lil Durk will target if he is released. They're hiding the truth that Dee Dee's brother actually snitched on all of F in order to get Durk's attention. Lawyers in the dark. Just like they did with this man on their side, the police will win their case against Durk. Let me tell you how I found the evidence file. The new Lil Ted body cam footage of him pleading to snitch against Durk and F is printed there. Members have changed the case. The extensive documentation that Durk's lawyers submitted with their new bond application raises the question of what Lil Ted stated to the police. Lil Ted is a young, aspiring rapper and Dee Dee's younger brother, and this is Durk's main man. For anything about the street, he turns to D. So, police came to a convenience shop nearby to pick up Lil Ted. The shop manager was found to have a gun in his pants pocket when he started to worry about his other customers.
Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Ted would then be arrested immediately outside the store. He would then be taken to the police station, but not before sobbing and telling the cops, "I swear, I'll tell y'all about the passings." He wished to stay out of jail, but it was too.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
As Lee Ted is carried into the waiting cell, he is seen sobbing excessively. He wants nothing more than to turn on the F members who committed crime.
You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? what you saying, man.
We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right?
We gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax on.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Given that DD is Ted's older brother, who can tell what little Ted knows behind the scenes? D might possibly have told his younger brother anything because he thought he would just be faithful. But there was a big problem. It was stated that DDD spied online after hearing about someone snitching in court documents. The court filings only use the snitch's last name when one happens. Because he was Day's younger brother, they shared a last name. After Worf started to be singled out inside a jail for being a snitch, Bezu had to go live on Instagram to calm everyone down.
No one know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all done threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. My kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
But then information was leaked by another informant, Von Yi. This is King Von's cousin, DJ Academics would say during a live discussion.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
Lil Durk released in case he offers them money since they have an OTF member's brother on their side. But it seemed that Lil Durk had already dealt with one snitch. They declared it. Has anybody heard from Durk since Jam spied him? Despite the departure of other team members, he has been missing for months due to his initial exposure as a snitch on DJ Vlad's.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now he put everyone in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
Got out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Broke. The headlines read, F members discovered OTF Jam hiding in a T crib outside of Atlanta. According to insiders, Jam was given a picture of the crime site where he was living, as well as a punishment for spying on F owner Lil Durk. Jam has not been heard from since. Even with all of the new information I just provided, Lil Durk has one last chance to be released from custody on bond. And that moment is now. First, DJ Academics would approach Durk's lawyer if,
likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They are exerting themselves for a single reason. This strategy has been used by Durk's lawyers to win the lawsuit, asserting that Everything Durk does online and in his music is an expression.
The First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is
5. Since Lil Durk looks fantastic wearing it, online lawyers even anticipate that he will be released.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted. And I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here, because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
But the only thing that separates Lil Durk's case from Young Thug's is that Gunna only deceived himself to get a plea deal. However, Lil Durk has a member who is willing to take a significant risk. The police have been provided with a TF Jam that searches over 230 gigabytes of digital material, including 20,000 pages of reports, audio recordings, and video surveillance, ready to be found out. Jam gave them all of that evidence, and it would have been even more convincing if Durk hadn't seen that Jam was wearing a wire while doing an Instagram live. Jam was seen holding the top of his jacket and muttering.
Hey, kid! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. Hey. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare. School's out of town.
But months before he was caught, Lil Durk knew about Jam's strange behavior. It turned out Durk had been playing 3D chess all along. He was confident that
from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
Lil Durk would go on to say that he no longer even tells his friends where he lives. He is clearly upset to learn that Jam.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be. My best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the you gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. They go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
The fact that Durk gave Jam $50,000 during this Instagram live makes this very upsetting. But take note of those in the background of the video. It is important.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get the milk, they want me to trick him, bro. See that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. My sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof
Bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did now?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.